Things first, Ty, have you made any decisions as to your future as it pertains to the NFL draft?
Not making decisions right now. I'm just focusing on the Missouri game right now.
As you focus on this game, what are you looking to, address in your own game? What things are you looking to build on and get better at?
I think I'm just working on things such as the same thing I've been working on, like pass rush, run block and stuff. Just working with my teammates and really just pushing through guys. These are final games with my teammates, so I'm just enjoying the moment there.
Ty, where do you feel like your game really improved from this time a year ago to now? I mean, it's kind of an esoteric question, but where do you just feel so much more confident than maybe you did even this time a year ago?
I feel like this year I'm just playing more in the backfield. I mean, it's more of a confidence thing. Like every time I step on the field, I know I'm going to make a play, and I have to have that mindset that I have got teammates next to me that want relying on me to be able to play, and that's why I come on the field and I make a play.
And where do you think where did that come from? Just a better get off, a better recognition of what's going on in front of you. You know what I mean? What brought that along?
I think it's just with the coaches, like Coach Jay and with my teammates on the D-line. I think it comes with confidence. We practice every single day with each other, and it's like we're pushing each other every single day to get better, and it shows on the field.
Yeah, this quarterback they've got. You've watched a lot of video by now on these guys and stuff. What just jumps out at you about them in general, but him in particular?
First thing that jumps out is his athleticism. He's a really fast quarterback. I think where it goes is just keep him contained. He can make a play with his feet. He can make a play with his arm. We just got to keep him contained and make sure he's good.
I never asked you this. What did your brother tell you to expect when you showed up at Ohio State, and has it lived up to that? You understand what I'm saying from a development standpoint and everything else?
I talk to him all the time. Just pretty much just enjoying the moment. A lot of these times, you take this for granted. Like these years in college is probably the best moments of your life playing it here. It's like taking everything with a grain of salt. Like just take something to learn with every single day. It progresses you long enough and keeps you longer in playing football.
I know you've heard this before, but you're kind of like him. You really came on your last couple of years. I mean, see, does it feel like that too? Do y'all ever talk about that? The Hamiltons are slow but sure.
Yeah, we laugh about it all the time, man. Yeah. It's crazy to think like just following his path and being able to do my own thing at the same time. It's just amazing to see what he's doing and then relaying it back to me. And we're always competing all the time to see who's better. So.
What do y'all get out of playing in this game from your vantage point? You're playing. It seems like almost everybody that matters is playing. Why is that, and what are y'all going to get out of this, you think?
Like I said before, it's just, all of us is here because it's all a team thing. It could be a lot of people's last game, and it's like, this team will never be assembled again. So, this is us playing for the brotherhood, us playing for each other. So, I'm grateful for that.
Hey, what do you need to hear to make your mind up to maybe leave? You understand what I mean? To maybe apply for the draft. What would you have to hear, do you think?
Like I said, I'm not
big time first round money. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not too worried about it right now. Those decisions you got time, so just still focus on the game.
I got you.
Talk about always competing with your brother. What other things do you compete in besides your football careers?
We do a lot of things. Like we like playing basketball with each other, playing video games, stuff like that. It's just like brotherly things, just competing things, just want to win all the time.
Is there any? I don't know. This might be a weird question, but as a younger brother, do you think that motivated you in any way, like growing up to reach the heights you have in your football career? Do you think that ingrained a certain level of competitiveness in you?
I feel like it did. Just seeing him and seeing how good he's been progressing. It's just something like that. I just want to be desire to be where he's at and want to be even better than what he is. It's something that I learned from him. I like doing it.
Were you guys always low? Were you, like I said a while ago, slow and steady wins the race? You know what I mean, or development-wise stuff. Why do you think that is about you and him? That your better days, you can see your better days, are almost ahead of you too, right?
Yeah.
What brought that about? You think?
I think it's just a learning process. As getting in. Sometimes you might have to wait your turn, but it's like a God's play. You have to wait for your turn, and when it happens, it comes.
Thanks.
What about being in this place? What did you think when you walked in here? Ohio State's won a Cotton Bowl here not that many years ago, won a national championship in this place. Jerry and his world and all of that. Is it special playing here?
It's special for me. It's my first time being in Dallas. I think being in here, being able to have this future look at these being able to play in an NFL stadium, it's an amazing feeling to me. Just enjoying, soaking up the moment, being here. There's nothing like it being here.
being a couple spots away from that guy over there who you grew up playing against, and as he was talking about pee-wee football, right? I mean, you guys are carrying the Pickerington banner,
Yes,
Central
sir.
and
Yes,
North,
sir.
so there's some pride there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, me and Jack, man, we go a long way. At first, it was like more of a rivalry type of thing, but him being on the team up with us together, man, it's like no other. Having a brotherhood with him and then having the chemistry already coming in.
Would you call that league the Pickerington
It was the PYA.
PYA?
Yeah.
Okay. Youth Association.
Yeah.
You mentioned these years potentially being the best of your life, I think is what you said a few minutes ago. I know you're not thinking ahead, but does that maybe play into what you will have to decide, knowing that you have another opportunity to kind of continue to live out those years?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of decisions that need to be made. There's a lot of factors that come into it. But like I said, I mean, focus on this game, probably one of the more important ones, and then worry about what's next is after that.
Are you guys impressed with the number of guys that wanted to play in this game? Coach Mills was just talking about the defense, feeling like they wanted to end the season on a positive note. That seems to be pretty clear based on the number of guys that are playing in this game.
Yeah, like I said before, I mean, it just all comes down to brotherhood. I mean, we all love each other, so I mean, we want to play for each other until the last game, and that's what we're doing.
Do you have a favorite memory so far in your Ohio State career?
I think probably either winning the Rose Bowl or either winning the Big Ten championship for me.
What made those moments so special? I mean, obviously it's the team accomplishment, but
I mean, it's just like after all the hard work we put in throughout the whole season, be able to hoist up something and have something to like say for it is pretty much what makes it so special.
do you think you'll experience a similar feeling if you guys win on Friday?
Yeah, I think it'd be the same. I think especially now since we're coming in my later years. So I mean, the more it goes, the more special it is.
What have you seen from Missouri the more you've watched film on their offense, specifically the offensive line?
I think the offensive lines are fast. They're fast, so we have to be able to hold them. And then the physical as well. They're also big, so I mean, just holding them and making sure they don't get off the line is what we have to do.
Is there any talk among you guys about Big Ten versus SEC? I know that was kind of a narrative for a long time that Ohio State struggled with SEC teams. Obviously, that hasn't been the case recently, but two of the biggest conferences in the country, do you guys talk about that at all?
Not really. I mean, we see them as an opponent. I mean, any team that we play, we're going to give it our all, and that's how we're going to play.
You mentioned their offense. If you look at their running back straight, or kind of that bowling ball mentality, what makes guys like that difficult to kind of get down?
I think because he's like smaller guys, it's harder to see him in the backfield, and that's what makes him good. He's able to make cuts and go through the hole like without seeing him. But I mean, it has to be down there who's in the gap when you have to stop him and make a play and stop before he gets going.
Is there anything that surprised you watching him on film?
His last athleticism, just being able to hit the hole and just go. I mean, he has the ability to make big plays, and we have to be able to stop that.
You mentioned earlier the athleticism for the quarterback, Brady Cook. How does that change how you have to rush? Do you have to be a little more conservative so you don't get out of your lane? I mean, how does that change your approach in terms of pass rush?
I mean, like I said before, I mean, just going after him and just containing and make sure he doesn't get out the pocket pretty much. So just take away the ability for him to use his legs. It's the best way to think.
Is this offense, just in the way you're describing it, sounds similar to what you guys said before Michigan? Good offensive line, a running back that's a little bit smaller but still physical, a quarterback that can use his legs. I mean, is it going to be a similar type of game for you guys defensively?
I mean, you could say kind of similar. I mean, from the standpoint of personnel, like players and stuff like that, but they run kind of different schemes. So it's kind of the same. You can say that, yeah.
You were talking a minute ago about the brotherhood guys coming back. How important is it to win this game, to finish with a win in this game?
I mean, it's really important. I mean, being here for 4 years, being a freshman, you just don't understand that, like if you're not playing and stuff like that. But really being in the thick of it, like seeing these players that really put it all into every single game is just more important.
How long did it take to get over the last game?
It took a while. It's still not over. Yeah.
So you take it out there and get rid of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Ty, how much of this game is about finishing 2023 on the right note? How much of it is momentum for 2024? And you were around what that Rose Bowl meant for maybe the following year. What's your take on that? What's the balance?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we're here for the brotherhood. We're here to play for each other. I mean, a lot of the people, it gives a lot of experience for the younger guys who will be here next year. And it's just good for them, good for the rest of the team that's going to be here just playing for each other.
Are there conversations being had? I mean, I know you're focused on the Cotton Bowl, but let's all come back and let's do this the right way. Let's get to both pants and let's try to win a national title. Are those conversations happening around Woody?
I mean, a lot of people have big decisions that are coming up, and I mean, I can't say for a lot of other people, but I mean, it's just like I said, focus on this game.